Alright, peoples, how are you doing this hour? I hope you're staying safe. And today we have a wonderful class, and it's going to be a continuation of where we stopped in our last class. I remember we have done LCM, and I told you the full meaning of LCM, lowest common multiples. And we have also done HCF, and the full meaning of HCF is highest common factors. And today we'll now be looking at the relationship between these two. That's the relationship between LCM and HCF. Join me as I take you through the relationship between LCM and HCF. Alright, as I've told you, we'll be looking at the relationship between LCM and HCF. Please always remember the meaning of HCF and LCM. Now we'll be running through some examples here. The first example says multiply the LCM and HCF of 4, 6, and 8. We are to multiply the LCM and HCF of these numbers. Now, when you see something like this, you will find the LCM of these numbers and also the HCF of these numbers. Then you now multiply your answers together. I repeat myself. You're going to find the LCM of 4, 6, and 8. We're also going to find the HCF of 4, 6, and 8. Then we'll now multiply together our answer. And let's quickly do that. Solution. The question says multiply what? What are we multiplying? We are multiplying the LCM of these numbers to the HCF of this number. Now let's start with the LCM of what? 4, 6, and 8. And now remember, I've taught you how to find your LCM. You draw your line, put your numbers 4, 6, and 8. Look for what can divide this. 2. 4 divided by 2, that's 2. 6 divided by 2, that's 3. 8 divided by 2, that's what? 4. You solve it further. Remember, we are finding LCM first. 2 can still divide this. 2 divided by 2, 1. 3 divided by 2 is impossible. You write back your 3. 4 divided by 2, that's what? 2. What else can divide 1, 3, or 2? 2 can still divide it. 2 divided by 1, 1. This one is impossible. 3 cannot divide 2. 2 cannot divide 3 rather. 2 divided by 2, that's what? 1. We are left with 1, 3, 1. So definitely we use 3 to divide this. 3, 1, 1, and 1. You now say LCM is equals to, I told you that you circle this one together. That will be what? 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. So 2 times 2 is what? 4. 4 times 2 is what? 8. And 8 times 3 will give you what? 24. So our LCM now is what? 24. LCM of 4, 6, and 8 is what? 24. We are not done yet. We still need to find the what? HCF of this same number. Now, when you want to find the HCM, you write out your number. I've taught you this. This is our last class. It said you look for a number that can divide through these three numbers. So you see, 2 can divide it. 4 divided by 2, that's what? 2. 6 divided by 2, that's what? 3. 8 divided by 2, that's 4. Remember, we are finding HCF here, and I told you that before you divide, you must look for a number that can divide through all the numbers. Now you have 2, 3, and 4. Is there any other number that can divide 2, 3, and 4 at the same time? No other number. So here now, you now stop. You say HCF is equals to, what do you have here? 2. So we've gotten our LCM and our what? HCF. And the question, remember the question says multiply the LCM of 4 and 6 to the HCF of what? 4, 6, and what? 8. And these are LCM. Then you now write LCM times HCF. What's our LCM? Our LCM is what? 24 times. What's our HCF? Our HCF is what? 2. So 24 times 2, that will give us what? 48. So our answer will be what? 48. Okay. Now this example 2. Now we read it now. Add the LCM of 3, 4, and 6 to the HCF of 8, 6, and 10. Now you can see this one is different from the first example. The first example, the LCM and the HCF were written together and the numbers were in front of them. But here now it has been splitted. The LCM of these numbers and the HCF of these numbers. So you need to understand the question properly. Now we are finding the addition of the LCM of these numbers to the HCF of this number. So you find the LCM of this number separately, find the HCF of this number separately, and add your answers together to get your final answer. So let us start solution. LCM, let's start with LCM of 3, 4, and 6. So how will you do that? Draw your line. 3, 4, and 6. So what number can divide through these numbers? You have 2. 2 can divide. 3 divided by 2 is impossible. 4 divided by 2, that's 2. 6 divided by 2, that's 3. Then you look for 2. 2 can divide it. 3 divided by 2, 3. 2 divided by 2, 1. 3 divided by 2, that's what? 3. Impossible. Then what can divide through these numbers? 3, 1, 1, 1. We have done this. So I do not expect you to have any challenge solving the LCM of numbers of any number. So you now say LCM is equals to, you circle everything together, 2 times 2 times 3. And what is 2 times 2 times 3? 2 times 2 is what? 4. 4 times 3 will give you what? 12. So the LCM of these numbers is what? 12. Then we'll now find the HCF of 8, 6, and 10. Then you write 8, 6, and 10. Remember here we are finding, okay, let me write it out first. HCF of 8, 6, and 10. So you do it this way. Now, what number can divide through these three numbers? When you look at it, 2 can divide through these three numbers. 2. 8 divided by 2, that's what? 4. 6 divided by 2, that's what? 3. 10 divided by 2, that's what? 5. Now, when you look at these three numbers, is there any other number that can divide through these three numbers? No. So what you do is you write your HCF. HCF is equals to, circle the number, is equals to 2. Therefore, remember the question says add. The question says add the LCM of this to the HCF of this. Then you now say, therefore, LCM plus HCM, because you are adding. So what's the LCM of 3, 4, and 6? That's what? 12. Your LCM is 12. Plus HCF is what? 2. 12 plus 2 will give you what? 14. And 14 will be your final answer. Okay, now we'll be taking the last example for today. Children, we'll be taking the last example for today. And the question says, the difference between the LCM and HCF of 5 and 15 is what? So, what is the difference now? The difference between the HCF, the LCM and HCF of 5 and 15 is what? So, they're asking us that. What's the difference between the LCM of 5 and 15 and the HCF of 5 and 15? Now remember, before now we have done addition, we've done subtraction, and I've taught you terms used in addition and subtraction. So when you see difference, they are talking about what? Subtraction. Take note of that. So the first thing to do is to find the LCM of your numbers, then find the HCF, then deduct. So LCM, we start with LCM of what? 5 and 15. We've done this before. 15. So what number can divide through these two? 5. 5 divided by 5, 1. And 15 divided by 5, that's 3. And what number can divide? 3, 1, 1. So you now say LCM is equals to, when you group these two together, that's 5 times 3. 5 times 3 will give you what? 15. So that's the LCM. Then we'll find the HCF now. HCF of the same number of 5 and 15. So you draw your number, your lines rather. 5, 15. Then look at a number that can divide through these two numbers without a remainder. 5. 5 divided by 5, 1. 15 divided by 5, that's what? 3. These two numbers, is there any other number that can divide through these two numbers without a remainder? No. So there's no other number that can divide through these two numbers. So you now see your HCF is equals to what? You circle it 5. So now remember the question says the difference between the LCM and the HCF of 5 and 15 is what? So we are finding difference. So you now say LCM, because LCM is bigger than HCF, that's LCM minus what? HCF. So what's the value of our LCM? Is what? 15 minus what? Value of our HCF 5. 15 minus 5 will give us what? 10. Therefore, the final answer will be what? 10. All right, children, at this junction, we'll bring the class to an end. I want to encourage you to take your time to watch this video over and over again. Please, this topic is very important. Take your time to watch this video more than 3 times. I'm advising you now more than 3 times so that you get the explanation properly and you'll be able to attempt your assignment. On the assignment page, you'll see your assignment. Ensure that you do your assignment. See you some other time. Bye.